Hi everybody, welcome back to Sunshine Soap and Candle Company. I've been getting a lot of requests lately from you guys on how to make a clay mask. So tonight I'm going to be sharing with you how to make a rose clay detox mask. In this video I'm going to be giving you all the how-tos and showing you how it's made, but if you want the full written recipe and tutorial, please head on over to my Patreon campaign where you can unlock this recipe and much more for just a $5 pledge. Let's get started. All right, so we're going to be making an emulsified clay mask. So what that means is we're going to be creating a lotion or cream base that rinses cleanly from the skin. And that base is going to hold all of the beautiful detox and nourishing ingredients like the rose clay and the pumpkin powder. So the reason why I like this is because it spreads onto the skin really nicely and it leaves the skin feeling really soft, silky, and smooth. Also, while the clays and the other ingredients do their job and kind of work on the detox and the exfoliation of the skin. So the first thing we need to do is weigh out our water. So like any lotion, you're going to want to make sure you completely sterilize your entire workspace. And we are going to have a heated phase and a cool down phase. So first thing we're going to do is weigh out our water. We're using distilled water. Okay, and then we're going to set the water off to the side, and then we're going to start weighing out our oils and emulsifiers. This is also going to be part of your heated phase. So into this container we're going to be putting in sunflower oil. Now sunflower oil is really good for the skin. It's a light carrier oil. You guys have seen me use this quite a bit. Sunflower oil has lots of antioxidants, vitamin E components, and it's just super good for skin. And then to this, we're going to be adding in the avocado oil. Avocado oil is really good for its moisturizing properties. It's also a lightweight carrier oil, and it's very good for skincare products and also for mature skin. So there's those two liquid oils. Then we're going to be adding in some shea butter. Shea butter is also really good for its moisturizing properties and its healing properties, and it also is great for aging skin. I just love shea butter in skincare products, so we're going to be adding in some shea butter. So the next thing we're going to add to this is cetyl alcohol. So cetyl alcohol is a fatty alcohol, and this is going to be what thickens up our product. It also leaves the skin feeling really soft and conditioned. So to me, this is a better choice than stearic acid. You could use stearic acid, although this is a much nicer product, I think, for the face. So we're going to be using our cetyl alcohol. And then also we're going to be using, as an emulsifier today, we're going to be using glyceryl stearate SE. The SE stands for self-emulsifying. You could use a Polo Wax or a regular E-Wax, but I really like the glyceryl stearate for facial products because I think it has just a really nice creamy emulsion. And it also has that glycerin component in it, which is really nice. Okay, and then we're going to set this aside. The next thing we're going to do is weigh out our dry ingredients. Now our dry ingredients consist of rose clay. Rose clay is considered a type of actual kaolin clay. The color, the beautiful dark pink color, comes from naturally occurring iron oxide. This clay actually also is very good for, it can be considered good for dry skin, I should say. So you can use it on normal to dry skin, where sometimes clay masks will dry your skin out. This is a little bit more mild in that way. So we're using quite a bit of the rose clay. Okay. And then in this mixture, we're going to be adding in our pumpkin powder. And the pumpkin powder is really good because it's got a gentle exfoliating properties. It's got naturally occurring enzymes, and it's super rich in antioxidants, beta carotene, and lots of other vitamins and minerals that your skin really like. So we're going to be adding in our pumpkin powder. Now it does come a bit clumpy, so I like to try to break up some of the clumps here in the bag before I pour. This is getting awfully full. I'm probably going to need to move this to another container so I can mix it all up, but let's just weigh it all out. And then we're going to be adding in the marshmallow root powder. Now the marshmallow root powder is a kind of a dark tan, but this is good, really, really good known for its skin soothing properties. And when you add it to something like a clay mask, it can help reduce inflammation. If your skin gets red or irritated. Okay. All right. So I actually think I'm going to move this to a bigger container. All right, so this one is going to give me a lot more room to stir around my clays and powders. So I'm just going to give that a good mix and try to break up any of those clumps just using a whisk. Okay, so now we're going to weigh out the cool down ingredients. And the cool down ingredients are really just our fragrance and our preservative. And so what I'm using for fragrance today is Natural Vanilla Infusion 35-fold. I'm using this because I really just wanted to add a little bit of fragrance to the facial product, but I wanted it to be natural, and this is a natural product rather than using a fragrance oil. So we're just going to go ahead and weigh out. Actually, I think I'm going to use a smaller container. Okay, and then to this we're going to be adding our preservative. And we are using Optifin as our preservative. Optifin is a paraben-free preservative. And we're just going to take a little whisk and whisk it all up. And then we're going to set it aside. Okay, so now we have all the components weighed out, and now it's time to get to work. So what we're going to do is slowly heat up the water and the other heated phase ingredients, and I'll bring you right back when everything's melted and warmed up. Okay, everything is now warmed and melted down, so we're going to be adding the water to the oil phase. And this is what's going to create our lotion base. So the first thing you're going to notice is this is going to start to turn white and creamy. All right, and then we're going to get our immersion blender and start blending this up to emulsify it. Now you'll notice right away it's starting to turn into a thick and creamy lotion. So beautiful. Really, really nice for the face. Okay, and to this emulsion, we're gonna be adding in those cool down ingredients. So I just want to take a quick read and make sure it's not too hot for that preservative. So I'm just going to take a quick temperature read. Perfect. So we're going to go ahead and add in the preservative and the vanilla infusion. So a preservative is necessary here because we are combining oils and water, and that has a tendency to grow bacteria rather quickly, so it's really important you don't skip that step. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is start adding in the beautiful powdered ingredients, our clay, our pumpkin, and our marshmallow root powder. This is where it can get a bit tricky because the mixture does thicken up quite a bit. So we're just going to go a little bit at a time. We're going to start adding in spoonfuls at a time. All right, it has been several minutes now, and you can see the mixture is thickening up quite nicely. It does get much thicker than this, but I want to keep it around this consistency for pouring purposes. So I'm going to go ahead and put it into this little pour pitcher here, and then we're going to be pouring it into our containers. So I'm using little 8-ounce PET containers. These come from Nature's Garden. And we're just gonna fill the containers. This is a really nice kind of orangey, dark pinkish red color. So I actually quite like the color. All right, so they're all filled up, and this is what it looks like right now. This will continue to get much thicker, so we're gonna leave the lids off until these reach around room temperature so that we're not getting any condensation into our containers. But I have another batch that I made that I wanted to actually show you exactly how it sets up and just give you a little product demo. So I'll be right back. All right, I had some from a previous batch, so I wanted to show you how thick it sets up and then just give you a little product demo. So you're just gonna take a little bit out. A little goes a long way. I'm just gonna apply it to your skin. And actually you could just use this, if you wanted to, as a cleanser. It's got some mild exfoliating properties, and you could just put it on as a cleanser, rub it in, and rinse it off. And then we're just gonna leave this mixture on Now, of course, you're going to want to put it onto a clean, a cleansed, dry face. I still have makeup on, but I just wanted to show you how to apply it. And actually that you could use it as a face wash, so it's okay. All right, so you could leave this on for 15 to 20 minutes and then it'll dry. And as it's drying, you're gonna start to feel a slight tightening sensation, and that's just the clays drawing out the impurities, and actually it helps with circulation. So you'll feel a slight pulling and tightening, and some people will feel a slight little tingling sensation as the circulation starts to move through your face. So there you have it, everybody. That is how you make a beautiful rose clay facial mask. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please remember to give it a thumbs up. Please comment, subscribe, and share with a friend. Catch you on the next video.